whatever you identify as a bat or a worm or a cricket or something like that. Well, this cedar identifies. Hi guys, Tim again with Real Southern Exposure. Welcome to another episode. Plan on doing today, we got some more cedar we're going to cut up. We have a male log behind us, as you can see. But we're going to do some surgery and we're going to turn it into a Transcedar. Anyway, so this log right here is about 10 foot long. There's a lot of sapwood rot on it, which is you can see right up here. And the big end is roughly around 15-16 inches. And on the small end up here on this end, it is square at 10 inches by 12 inches. So I think there's going to be a lot of really good looking wood in this. A lot of dark colored cedar. So we'll see. That one's going to be a mystery, but I think it's going to look more like real cedar with a ton of knots in it and very beautiful, vibrant wood. This log right here we're going to do is another male log, but it's already been Transcedar. So this guy right here is about 8 foot long. I'm going to show you the other end, which is, the other end is 10 inches by 18 inches. It does have a crotch in it at the other end, and on the big end right here, we're looking at about 15 inches. However, you see this right here? That right there is standard Eastern red cedar dry rot. Rots from the inside out. So I don't know if that cancer can be cured, but I'm going to try and get whatever I can get out of it. So do me a favor, kick back, relax, grab yourself a glass of sweet tea and take in a little more real Southern exposure. Let's get to surgery. Operation a success. The blade we're using today is a Wood-Mizer 042 double hard turbo 7 that Wood-Mizer resharp service has resharpened twice, and Cook Saw Manufacturing resharpened twice. Hopefully the blade lasts. The cooling media we'll be using today is, just like always, diesel fuel. Diesel fuel adds an additional almost 20% to the blade life and keeps the blade from gumming up and the inside of the saw from gumming up from sappy woods. Well, I tried to go backwards with the saw head right here, and the blade ended up popping off and striking the doors. So rather than putting it back on and taking a chance on it having a bad tooth, I just replaced it with a Cook's 8-degree blade. You'll notice with this log I'm having to flip it a lot. It's because there's a lot of tension being relieved in the log, and I'm watching the back end to see what the wood is doing as it's cut. So whenever I see movement, it's time to flip the log. Anytime you end up flipping the cant, you'll always take and do a shim cut first. That recalibrates the head, and if there was any movement in the log or the can, you can go ahead and remove that then to calibrate the head to the next cut. Anytime I cut the wood, I always take a look at what I just cut to check for any movement. If there's movement identified, it's time to flip it. Well guys, I guess this is one of them things that all these young people talking about, people identify or whatever. You identify as a bat or a worm or a cricket or something like that. Well, this cedar identifies as an oak. Can you believe that? A water oak of all things. But we're going to turn it into lumber. We're going to get that skeleton, carve it up, and then put it in a closet. So, let's get to it. Alright there, fellers, let me show you some of that wood we just cut up. Not too impressed with that second log. That heart rot, that's the worst thing about cedar. Once it gets that heart rot, it's hard to salvage anything out of it. But let me show you what we got. Now this right here is the second log, the one that identified as an oak. Not too bad except for that heart rot. So let's go ahead, fire up this edger saw, get these flitches edged off, and get them stacked off so we can be done with this. I only got 4 more little logs left, and I can be done with the cedar and I can move on to bigger and brighter things. Alright there, fellers, let me show you some of the wood we ended up getting out of all that stuff. I think it looks really, really good considering how bad those logs were. Remember, cedar rots from the inside out. primarily, unless it's been on the ground for a while, and then the sapwood will end up rotting out, but the heart will still be good. So with these, the heart had dry rot, and then there was rot on the outside of the log with the sapwood. So I think it turned out pretty decent though. Let me show it to you now. Alright, so all this vibrant stuff is the stuff we just cut, and then all that was from yesterday. Yeah, there was a lot of 4-inch and 6-inch in that. This top bundle right here on the stacking rack, this one was the really bad log, the one that had a lot of cancer in the heart. So let me show you that now. So you can see right here, here's that dry rot, that heart dry rot, and you got rot on the sapwood up here. That white is the sapwood on cedar. And then you have bark intrusion all over it, more cancerous rot. There's some more on the inside of that board. And rot from the outside on the sapwood. But the heart is just as solid as it can be. But the outside, hunky, is all get out. And more cancer, but all in all, it really wasn't that bad. I hope this video has been educational. I hope you liked it. Please share this video with a friend. We do appreciate it. Hit that like, subscribe if you ain't already, and share this video with a friend. We do appreciate it. We appreciate all our viewers and our subscribers. So I hope to see you on the next video, and God bless.